fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from Boise, Idaho. Actually, right now I'm a little south of Boise, Idaho. I've already hit the road, and this is our weekly update. I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently this week. I just want to try something out here, and I want your feedback, so please leave it in the comments and let me know what type of video you prefer. This type of weekly format where I'm going to basically every day, every other day, come in with a quick little snippet about what's been going on and fill you in and just mash them all together. Very low editing, won't be anything special or spectacular. Just basically merge the clips together and toss it up there for you guys on Sundays. Or do you just prefer the all-in-one style update where I just come in, talk about what happened the entire week, and go from there? So please let me know. Make sure you comment, and you know, your feedback is very important to me. I really appreciate it, guys. All right, so let's get started. Oh, real quick too, make sure you stick around to the very end of this video because I've got a very important question to ask you guys, and there's going to be a poll involved in everything. So please make sure you are sticking around to the end of this video. It's regarding the YouTube channel and what item I should buy next for the YouTube channel. There's you know, I'll talk about it more at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around. All right, in the meantime though, the wedding's over. It was great. Congratulations once again to my beautiful little sister Janelle, Janelle May now, and her husband Brody May. So congratulations to them. They are off on their honeymoon, and I am off on another load. So not fair, I tell you, not fair at all. Anyway, so what's been going on? Let's see, I got a load. I ended up picking up an empty trailer at the same place I dropped the trailer off before the wedding, so that was convenient. And the place that I picked up from was only about 20 minutes away from there. And so that was nice and convenient. I've already picked up that load. It was a drop and hook, nice, easy, you know, pick it up and go. So yeah, that was really helpful. So now we are on our way to McCarran, Nevada, which is on the north side of Nevada, just east of Reno. And this looks like a nice piece of cake, easy load, no big deal. Delivers tomorrow. So yeah, should be it actually delivers tomorrow afternoon. I got a little bit of time to kill tomorrow evening actually. So I'm going to take it nice and easy, which is going to be fantastic. I'll have a little bit of time to get more stuff taken care of with the truck, getting everything set up so I can get that other video out to you guys that you guys have been craving. And let's see. Oh, so there's one thing I'm a little concerned about: fuel. So where I picked up from was on the southern end of Boise, kind of in the area of, you know, no man's land area. Hold on. I tell you, if you're driving a four-wheeler, that's a car, and you're getting on the highway, especially if it's going downhill, the on-ramp's coming downhill, make sure your foot, your right foot, presses all the way down on the pedal, okay? Because trying to get on a highway at 40 miles an hour, that's not good, man. That's what just happened right here. Guy's just crawling, and you know, fortunately I had room to get over, but sometimes that's not the case, and it causes some issues. And of course I look over, glance over, and he's you know, sitting there on his phone. So, oh, now he's gonna come past me. Yeah, he found the gas pedal apparently. Anyways, sorry, a little bit of a rant right there. I'm back. Oh, so yeah, the concern. I'm south of the city, and the truck stops are either on the east end or on the west end. There's really no truck stops kind of in Boise, in that, you know, in the real area there. And I'm on the south end where there's nothing here except farmland and industry. Where I was when I picked it up. And the place, the most convenient part, of the best place to fuel, and where Prime, you know, suggests that I fuel, is about 35 minutes in the opposite direction of where I'm going. So that would have been an hour and 10 minutes total out of the way, you know, going there to fuel up and then coming back. And it wasn't even for a full tank. You know, it's expensive out here. So, you know, it's just to get, you know, I think it was 60 gallons or something. Just enough to get a shower at TA. That's basically what it boiled down to. So I am going to be pushing it until I get to, and there's nothing. The next place is Winnemucca. So I'm going to be pushing it a little bit. You know, let's see how it goes. I normally don't want to get it below a quarter of a tank, but it's a new tank. Not a lot of you know, stuff down there as far as the crud that builds up. There's a name for it, I forget. Anyways, so I am going to be pushing it to get down there because you know, I don't have an hour and 10 minutes out of the way plus all that mileage. That's a lot of wasted money and time right there. So my next video will either be at the fuel station in Winnemucca, or on the side of the road waiting for road assist to come put some fuel in there and prime the injectors. So we will see how this girl does on the fuel mileage right now. She's been doing all right, and we're not heavily loaded, so should be all right. All right, I will see you guys in a few seconds. Yeah. Woo-wee. That is cutting it way too close. So yeah, I just went from Boise, Idaho to Winnemucca, Nevada. You want to know what's between Boise and Winnemucca? Nothing. And it feels like it is all uphill. And there's lots of desert and mountains and everything, and it feels like it is all uphill. Every time I'm turning around, I'm going uphill. Ooh, made it. So let's see how this tank of fuel did. And here we go. So I reset this trip meter right here when I fueled up. Now I've been on home time. There's been a lot of idle time, a lot of APU time, not a lot of miles driven because of the home time. So yeah, 7.6 miles per gallon. That is really low. Even for this Peterbilt, it's not normally that low. All right, but because, as I mentioned, all those other things. Average speed 48. No comments from the peanut gallery on prime average miles per hour. Again, lots of idle time and APU stuff. All right, engine hours 31, idle hours 4.6. See, 14% idle. This is all the detail this gives. It's pretty cool. I wish you could access this while you're driving, but they say nope. Fuel used, it says 163.9 gallons. I think we used up a bit more than that. We are actually going to find out. Because again, it will not, if you've watched my other videos, it will not pick up the or record the APU used fuel, which was quite a few days worth of fuel used on that. So we're gonna see what the difference is. 164 gallons. Let's see how much I actually put in there. Idle fuel 4 gallons. That's 2%. Sweet spot hours 5.2 hours. That is those three lines, those three dots right there in green. If I'm between 1050 RPMs to about 1350, almost about 1400 RPMs, that's considered the sweet spot. Usually I'm running right below the sweet spot, like just a hair lower than the sweet spot, so it doesn't register as being in the sweet spot. I don't know if that's better or not. Don't know. Cruise control hours 12.8. Yeah, average engine percent load 35%. So again, a lot of bobtail time, a lot of idling, all that. Drive hours 24.5. There's no PTO on this truck, so, and don't ask me about PTO. You'll just have to look it up. So there you go. So let's go ahead and see 164 gallons. Let's see how much fuel this beast actually fits in this 200-gallon tank, or dual 100-gallon tanks, and see how it does on that. All right, we'll be back. And there you got it. Wow. Okay, that's the most fuel I've ever put into any tank ever. 190 gallons is what this thing took. So it had 10 gallons left. I could have gone at least another 70, 80 miles. Wow. No problem. All right, so before you guys throw in all your comments and everything, oh, that's bad for the truck and the fuel, you know, the filter and everything, I know. I already know. No need to comment on that. Not something I would normally do, not something I'm going to ever want to do again. But at least the tanks are new, so there's not as much crud or debris or anything in those things. So, plus I added some Howes diesel treat in there as well. About it, you know, I think that's like a half a gallon. So yeah, pretty close. Now that's not how much I paid for it, by the way. So let's do some math here. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys. Somebody throw in the comments some math work here. So first of all, I didn't pay $2.60. Okay, Prime's price on this was $1.76. Okay, so two things to figure out. How much did I actually pay at $1.76 per gallon, 190 gallons? How much did I actually pay? And from 184 gallons to 190 gallons, that's 6 gallons worth of fuel used up by the APU. So how much did that cost me? 6 gallons at $1.76 per gallon. So yeah, let's see how much that cost me as well. So anyways, yeah, if somebody can throw that math in there. So that is the beginning of the week. It is only Tuesday. So, or is it Wednesday? It's Tuesday or Wednesday. It's one of those days. It's still early in the week. I think it's Wednesday. No, I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, because the wedding was Sunday. I hit the road yesterday. That was Monday. So yeah, today's Tuesday, midday. So anyways, that is it for that part of the update. Let's see what happens next in my journey, shall we? It is Thursday now. It's been a couple days since we spoke. Last I left, we were in Winnemucca. We are now heading to Carlin, or just outside of Carlin, Nevada. And wow, what has gone on in these couple of days? Well, let's see here. So I was heading down from, I was in Winnemucca, heading from Idaho, about Boise area, down to McCarran, McCarran, Nevada, which is outside of Reno, and making a Walmart run. Arrived in time for my appointment. In fact, arrived an hour early, which Walmarts are only allowed to arrive 1 hour early. You cannot arrive earlier. My appointment was at 8:45 p.m. So I get there, and they said I was late. What the heck? No, I'm early. I'm an hour early. Apparently, the appointment was not at 8:45, as my Qualcomm message very clearly stated. My appointment was at 6:30 p.m. instead. So we discussed it. You know, I showed them that, you know, my appointment time, you know, 8:45. They said, we don't have 8:45 p.m. appointments. That just, there's no appointment times for that. Somebody messed up somewhere. Somebody, aka at Prime. Man, so had to reschedule that. Got to reschedule for 3:30 p.m. the next day. That being yesterday. So that was a bummer, because that's a day of sitting. That's when the wheels aren't turning. You ain't earning. So I was really bummed out about that. Prime did give me layover pay, but that's, I think, like $75. Big deal. Man, I'm supposed to be making about $500 to $600 a day, and to get $75 instead. Man, but you know what? That's trucking. Sometimes that happens. I also lost out on a good load. I had a pre-plan set up that was a pretty good run. But I wasn't really worried about that, because if there's a lot of good things with Prime, but one in particular is there are always good loads. So yeah, I did lose out on that good load, but it wasn't a big deal, because as soon as I was ready to deliver this load yesterday, I got another pre-plan for another good load. So not a big deal. So went ahead and made that delivery. Got there at 3:30. Walmart had me there until 8:30 p.m. Man, 5 hours. Actually, I got there at 2:30. So, 6 hours. They had me there for 6 freaking hours. And when I spoke to them with the rescheduling, they had, said that they're understaffed and all that stuff. So it's like, man. So I do get detention pay for that. It's not a whole lot, but it's not bad. Especially for just being a few hours, it helps make up actually for that day of sitting and only getting paid $75. I think I'll end up getting about $300 from that detention pay. So that won't be too bad. Anyway, the load that I'm on now, I have to deadhead all the way back up to Twin Falls, Idaho. That's about a 7-hour deadhead. Whew. It's heading all the way out to Illinois, and I will get there this weekend. So that won't be too bad. It's actually a really good paying load, just on its own. And my dispatcher said that he was also going to include some deadhead pay in there for me as well. So when all is said and done, it all balances out, works out. I'm going to actually end up doing A-okay with all that. And I ended up getting pretty much a day off to work on the truck. Still moving in, getting everything all customized, getting ready for that new video. That video, it's going to show everything when it's moved in, all the gadgets and gizmos and the setup and everything that I'm doing. So that really helped out there. So overall pretty good, but that is what's going on right now. So we are on our way up to Twin Falls, Idaho to pick up this load. Both locations are dropping hooks, so this load should be ready for me when I get there. And when I deliver, it's also a drop and hook, so that should be nice, quick, and easy. And I'll be in a good reload area. Illinois has never disappointed me when it comes to having loads to reload to get. So it's pretty good. Anyway, that is it. I'll wrap up today's segment. Hopefully you're liking the new format. Please make sure you're commenting, and don't forget to stick out to the end for that big question I'm going to be asking you guys. All right? See you in a few. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. All right, for you it's not Friday anymore, but it's Friday for me right now. And I wanted to get you caught up on what's going on. Real brief here. So I did say that load in Twin Falls was going to be ready for me, didn't I? It wasn't. Nope. Got up there real early afternoon and ended up waiting. It had an open window, from noon to midnight. Man, and then when I got there, now normally when it's got an open window, it usually means I can pick it up anytime, between noon and midnight, and it's going to be ready for me. But no, they said their appointment time says 9 p.m. So I don't know what's going on with appointments lately at Prime, but that's 2 in a row now, where their information is different than the shipper or receiver's information. So I don't know, but they said that's okay though. We're working on it already. All right, so I went and waited. By the time I got out of there, it was almost 8 o'clock. So I was like, all right, well, that takes out a few hours of driving that I had planned on doing to get out to Illinois, and that means the rest of the load is rushed. Now we're on a time crunch here. 26-hour drive, 2.5 days to do it. Man, I don't like crunching them. I mean, there are hours, not a big deal. Obviously, if I ran 11 hours in 11 hours, that's 22 hours in 2 days. I've got 4 hours left. But you can't always run exactly 11 hours. That's the trouble, because depends on where the rest stops and truck stops are and all that stuff. So I plan on 10.5 and 10.5. Or just going as far as I can each of the first 2 days, and let's see what I've got on that last day. I'll just have to get up real early because the load is due at noon. It is what it is. Sometimes the loads just fall like that. All right. So where am I? I'm in Cheyenne right now. I am at the Pilot. I'm getting ready to get fueled up. So you got to see what the fuel tank looked like last time. Here we are on Friday. This is my next fill up. So let's see how it looks now. Well, obviously that's a bit better. We're not running on empty. We got a little bit more than a quarter tank left. And let's see what the summary is. Now, a lot of this was deadhead. But a lot was mountains too, going through Wyoming and Idaho, through the mountain parts of Nevada. So kind of a mixed bag there, but you can see we had 8.4 miles per gallon. With all the deadhead that I did, I wish it was a little bit better than that. But, you know, again, combined with everything else in Wyoming, it's windy out here, of course. Not really windy, but enough to not help the fuel mileage. So that's, you know, where we're at right now. 8.4 miles per gallon on this tank. Average speed 56. Again, no comments from the peanut gallery. Hear it on the CB all day long, and then everybody else's comments. All right, engine hours 24 hours. 2.1 of those are idle hours. So yeah, a lot of idling, dropping and hooking and checking in and all that stuff. I probably idle more than I should. I could probably cut that back. But this truck does not use a lot of fuel when idling. Let's see, 8% of it though in idle hours. Interesting. There we go, 148 gallons used. So yeah, right there at about 3/4 of a tank. And let's see, only 1.1 of those gallons was used in idle. So yeah, it hardly uses any. I've got to say they've got that down to a science. Look at that, 0% idle fuel used. And sweet spot hours, yeah, blah blah blah. Cruise hours 14.1. All right, so there we go. I'm going to go ahead and fill up here. I'm going to drive for about, let's see, I've got an hour and 12 minutes left on my driving clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get that done. And there we have it. We will wrap that day up, and Saturday, another full day of driving, and then Sunday I deliver. So we will see how that goes. I will catch y'all up in a little bit. Hey, Mr. Pumpkins, guess what time it is? No, not that time. It's time for the question of the week. And this week's question of the week comes from Sir Mort, aka Danny. And Danny asked, hey JJ, do you have any kind of favorite driving music, such as Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody? Well, first of all, outstanding choice. I can't really use that as a driving song though, because there's a certain point at the song, and y'all know what I'm talking about, where things get a little crazy, and I almost wrecked this big rig. So you know, I gotta really calm it down on that song. But I do have a number of favorite songs, but one in particular gets me going every single time, and that is Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. Now, I can't play it here for you, unfortunately, because royalties, if I try and play it, they're going to take all my money. So, YouTube it, though. YouTube, Rock and Roll, Led Zeppelin, especially if you're driving. Well, you know, make sure you do it safely. Have your passenger YouTube it for you or something. Do it safely. Listen to it. It is an awesome song. Love driving down the road with that song. All right, back to our regular programming. It is Saturday afternoon, midday afternoon. That's where I'm at, right there. And you can see I've been kind of dodging the storm a little bit. It's been coming down south, and fortunately it's been turning into more rain, but some ice. But yeah, that's where I was yesterday, and coming through all today. So far so good. I've dodged this winter weather, and it's been pretty good. Not too bad. There were two storms. I was actually behind the first one, so the first one came through first. It was a light storm, didn't produce a lot of snow, but some snow on the ground here and there, not on the sides of the ground. Nothing I had to really deal with. Just some really cold overnight weather. Put some fuel additive into the tanks to make sure they didn't gel up or anything like that. And yeah, just chugging along. It's about a nice warm 35 degrees out here. Alright, hold on one second. Alright. That was just you know who telling me that my 30 is over. Yep, just stopped and had some turkey at Arby's. Gotta love Arby's. All right, so yeah, I'm almost there. I will be, let's see, I'll be about 4 hours out of where I need to be when I wrap things up for tonight. And so I'm gonna go ahead and be I'll be wrapping up this video after this update, because I do have to get it edited, put together, uploaded, all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to get it to you guys on Sunday morning. But I did want to show this to you. This is really cool. Turn the light on here. Look at this. My brother made this. He's really good at pyro something. He's a pyro. But there's an actual name for this. Pyrography, I think it is. And it's a nice quote that he came up with that, you know, just fits me perfectly. I am me as myself. Live with it or leave without it. That's it. Look at that. Michael Dean Paulson. That's my brother right there. And if you look real closely, see what's in the background? Look at that. Nice dragon's eye. Love that. He's got the scales all along the side. Man, that is just really, really nice. And it's perfect. Look where it fits. Can't do that on a Freightliner, can you? Well, I guess you could put it on one of those on the Freightliner. Those are extra big, but yeah, fits perfectly. So he's going to be doing more stuff like that. I may have to show you his site once he gets it up. He's just getting that kind of stuff started. But anyway, that is it. Let's see here. Things are going well for this trip. You know, definitely, I did get in about 10 hours, 50 minutes of driving yesterday. Let me show you where I'm at. I'm at a Busy Loves out here. Man, this place has been busy. So yeah, I got in some good time yesterday. I'll be able to get in some good time tonight, and hopefully be about 4.5 hours away from the 90 by tomorrow morning, and you will hear all about that on next week's update. All right, so now for the big question. The big question, I need your guys' help here. There's going to be a poll, and you're going to have to find it. If you are subscribed to me and you get the notifications, it will pop up automatically and let you know there's a new poll available. Other than that, go to your subscriptions feed, and you'll see the poll right there. And the poll is this. You know, YouTube's paying me money. Yay! Woohoo! Yeah! And so this month's purchase to upgrade, I'm just basically taking that money and reinvesting it into making this YouTube channel better. Like getting the drone, for example. I am getting a new phone, by the way. I'm getting the Pixel 5 coming up pretty soon. But there are 3 additional things that I really want to get, and I've got to get them, you know, kind of one at a time. The GoPro, that's going to be the last of the 3. I think that's the least important of the 3. I think these other 2 items are more important, and that is a microphone set. Okay, a wireless microphone set, 2 microphones so I can do interviews, so you can hear me better while I'm driving down the road. I know that that's been a lot of your comments. While I'm driving down the road, you know, you can't hear me very well because, you know, the truck noise and I'm not right up next to the microphone on the phone. So that's one thing. The other is a gimbal. And if you don't know what a gimbal is basically kind of like an advanced selfie stick that balances out the camera. So when I'm walking, you know, I'm doing those things where I'm walking around and the camera's, you know, bouncing around all over the place. This thing stabilizes the camera and or phone and makes it smooth as butter. You'll see a lot of people using those. I also don't have to hold my arm out, get as tired. And so, you know, look, you've got 2 different options here: the gimbal or the microphone set. I'm going to get one of those first, and then I'm going to get the other one, you know, in about another month or 2. So I want your opinions. I want your thoughts. Which one do you want to see me get first? So please find that poll, answer the questions, and let me know. All right, everybody. As always, thank you for watching, and please click on my face. That's it. Click on my face. See what happens. Click on my face. see what happens. If you haven't subscribed already, click on it. Click on it. You know you wanna. And then watch one of my other videos up there in the corner. Talk to y'all later.